Compared to you, Jackie, your older sister May is far more beautiful than you, so it couldn't be helped, right? Sure, you can do things like cook and clean, but she can do both of those things and a ton more, while also being wonderful eye candy for me. Seriously, the fact that she's perfect for me, there's no way I wouldn't have switched from you to her, you know? And thank goodness she had the same exact feelings for me, am I right?
Why would you do this to me? Didn't you and I pledge our love not too long ago, Luca?
I really hate that about you, Jackie. May is always so straightforward about things, while you just always have to be so poetic about everything, don't you? It is so much easier for me to be with a woman like her, honestly. Sure, you may have a good face and all, and that's why I decided to marry you at first. But when I look at May's face, which is better than yours, and then that tight yet curvy body, I can't help but want more. Her waist is at least 5 inches smaller than yours, right?
So what you're saying is that her body is better than mine is to you, and that's why you're going to leave me for her now? What about all of the memories and trust we've built with one another up to this point? You used to always tell me you loved me more than anything, but did you really even mean any of that?
Was I saying things like that before? Well, I'm sorry to break it to you, but your older sister has always been the one for me. You even recognize that yourself, right? Now stop trying to pick at me and come to understand that I'm going with her now. And if that's all too much for you to handle, go and get some plastic surgery on yourself and come back to try and win me back.
There's no need for me to go through all that work now, since I've finally come to realize the true kind of monster you really are. How could you do something so heartless to me, though? I just don't understand. I know that sometimes you were a bit cold to me, but you still showed your love for me, right? Whatever drove you both to doing something like this to me? May is my older sister, and you were supposed to be my older brother, Luca.
Jackie, in this world, it is all about winning and losing, okay? You just ended up losing to your older sister, and now she's gonna have a man like me marrying her instead of staying with you. That's all. I get that it sucks to be in your shoes right now, but you can't hold something like nature against me, right? I know why this is all such a huge deal for you, though. You're no longer gonna be a housewife anymore, right?
I was never working as your housewife because I'd wanted to be one, Luca. I was fine being one for you, but that was never my dream. But what really upsets me here and now is the fact that you're throwing me away knowing very well that I don't have a job or anything. Even May knows that about me, yet she's gone and stolen my husband from me. The both of you, you're both complete monsters that I wish to never see again after this. Did you guys have any idea what kind of trouble you're causing for me now?
All I keep hearing from you are the words of a sore loser. Are you trying to interfere with Mother Nature now or something? Your older sister and I, we just found true love in one another, okay? Sure, I'm having to leave the woman I first married for her older sister, but that's not something you should be getting all upset about right now. You're blowing things way out of proportion, acting like we're some kind of bad people or whatever. Sorry that this had to happen to you, but love is a very malleable thing, and this time my love has been twisted into the hands of your older sister.
What you've both done is just downright disgusting, though. It's quite something that you went and jumped ship from your own wife for her older sister of all people, right? I always thought something like that could never and would never happen in a family like mine. That just goes to show when it comes to like-minded jerks like the both of you, you'll do anything to be with one another. I'm going to just have to come to terms with all of this and accept the fact that you and I will have to get a divorce now. Really, there was no avoiding something like this in the end now, was there?
That's correct, right? Now hurry up and pack your things so that you can get out of my place.
You understand what all of this entails for you both now, right? You're going to have to distance yourself from the rest of my family now, because not one of them will want to see you guys. And the same goes with me, creating some distance from you two. But you both knew something like that would be happening to yourselves after this, right?
It's not like I ever cared about what would happen with your family and us. I'm gonna go and start a new family with your older sister, so there's no need for me to ever come back to you or your family. You are all nothing to me now that I have May, and that means I will not think about any one of you anymore.
Well, if you're 100% okay with all of that, then I won't say anything else about your decisions here. You guys knew what you were getting yourselves into here then. I don't need to bother with either of you anymore either then. I'm going to make sure you both pay up, though, for what you've done to me. Through a settlement, of course.
Hey now, don't worry. That's gonna be a small price to pay for a life where I'm finally with the woman I was always meant for.
All right, I get it.
Now that you and I will be getting divorced, that means we'll be complete strangers for the rest of time, right? And I'm sure you never want to be around us, growing jealous of just how happy your sister and I will become with one another, right?
I would never want to see you guys again after the divorce. Now I'm going. Goodbye forever, Luca.
Hey, long time no see, Jackie. Are you doing well?
Who is this again?
Huh? You've always been such a goofy woman, haven't you? So things must not have changed at all then since the last time I was talking to you. Unless this is another one of your jokes, since you've always loved those.
I just asked who this is, all right? Am I being scammed by someone right now?
Jeez, it's me, your ex-husband, Luca. Does this mean that you deleted my contact information or something?
Luca? Why are you talking with me again after 2 years? I don't have time for a long conversation, so make this quick. And remember, you and I cut ties to one another, so this shouldn't even be happening right now.
Wait a minute, I thought we were still family, Jackie. Sure, we may not be husband and wife anymore, but that doesn't mean that you and I are complete strangers to one another anymore, right? And I guess we haven't been talking to one another either since you know what, but still, honestly, I think it's kinda rude for you to say that I'm nobody to you now.
Weren't you the one that said we were both complete strangers now? It's been 2 whole years of me hearing nothing from either you or my older sister. Yet now you're wanting to talk again like nothing ever changed? Did something happen to you and May then that forced you to come to me?
Do you really think I'm trying to mess with you right now? I guess it really has been some time since we last talked. Do you even understand what I'm saying? You want me to call you instead so that you can understand? Maybe you've really been missing me this whole time, and that's why you're acting like a sourpuss. This just goes to show that we were never good at communicating with one another then.
Luca, I do not have time for this stupid conversation with you, all right? I'm still mad at you for what you and May did to me, even if that was 2 years ago.
That's the thing, though, Jackie. That was all 2 years ago. Just forget about it now, all right? And besides, I'm not here to talk with you about that whole event.
Just get to what you want from me already, Luca. Sitting here and having to listen to you go on and on is just exhausting.
Okay, I'll get to why I texted you today. May is gonna need a kidney transplant. She's been sick for a while now and won't be able to heal unless she gets a new one.
What?
You're likely the best match for her in terms of donors, so I thought I should bring this up with you.
What are you talking about, Luca? Are you trying to sell one of my kidneys now? Did you become part of a gang or something now?
That's not at all what this is about. She's your older sister, and she needs your help right now. So be a good sister and give her one of your kidneys. You don't want to make her upset, right?
I don't know what older sister you're talking about. The only sister that I ever had vanished 2 years ago and is never coming back.
Are you really still holding grudges against her? Come on, you don't need to be so stuck up about what all happened anymore.
I'm not joking, okay?
And neither am I. Right now, this is a very serious topic that I'm trying to relay to you, Jackie. Most of the time I hate having these pain-in-the-ass discussions, but this time it's about my wife, your older sister.
Luca, let me be clear with you right now. I do not have an older sister, especially one that I'd be willing to donate one of my kidneys to in order to save her life. What did you even think would happen by contacting me again about something as stupid as that, Luca? If you really are telling the truth, you need to find yourself someone else. Goodbye now.
Hey, wait, are you for real right now, Jackie? Come on now, you have to be kidding me about being so cold, right? Don't make me repeat why I've come to you asking this today. None of this is a joke, and you being May's sister means you should be taking this very seriously.
And like I was saying, I'm not joking. I do not have a sister, Luca.
What are you going on about right now? May is your older sister, your one and only. Are you trying to tell me that you threw her out of your life after what happened? Right now, she's dealing with a very serious life-threatening disease that's gonna kill her if you don't step in and give up one of your kidneys. All I'm asking for is one, just one.
Not going to happen, okay? You are literally begging me for the impossible right now, giving up one of my kidneys for a stranger that I have nothing to do with? I only have 2 of them in my body, and I want to save them for someone special to me. And even if I did still have a sister, I would never let her have one of my kidneys now, after she had already gone and stolen my husband from me. No bitch like her would deserve to get anything else from me after that.
How are you able to say such things about your own sister? No matter what may have happened in the past between you both, she's still your older sister, right?
How come you, a complete stranger, think that you can just assume whatever the hell you want about me? Stop acting like I should care about anyone who has stolen things from me anymore. Especially when they were once a part of my family. Even if she was still my sister, I wouldn't care about her because she had the nerve to think that she could take my husband away from me and leave me with nothing. Now stop acting like I should be listening to you because you and her are both the worst.
Wow. I can't believe you would say that about her. I guess there really is no way of getting through to you about this. I bet if you were to see how weak and sad your older sister looked right now at the hospital, your mind would change. How about you come out right now and see her?
Why would I ever waste my time going out to see someone I don't care about at all? Who do you think you are still talking to me about something I've already said no to? Neither of you mean anything to me anymore, and I should just stop talking to you right now. I get that you may be my ex and that she may have once been family to me, but neither of you are special. Especially not enough to get me to come out and see you again. Her problem of being sick with something that is killing her is a problem between the 2 of you and has nothing to do with me. So keep it between yourselves.
No way! I wish you would just give up on all that emotional crap already and come see May again. I'm sure when you see her, you'll want to become close with her again. Don't you miss having an older sister?
Why are you talking about us becoming close to one another? Just stop it, Luca.
Are you saying that you don't care about what happens to your sister then?
I don't care what happens to either of you, actually. You're really starting to get on my nerves now, so leave me alone. I'm really tired of wasting my precious time having this unproductive conversation with you. This is over with now. Understand that?
Please don't say things like that, Jackie. Every day we have to wait for a kidney donor, May gets weaker and weaker. I already tried asking the rest of your family about helping her, but they all blocked me without saying a word.
You were the one that said you didn't care that my family would cut ties to you both. You said you'd both be making a family of your own, so what's the big deal? You wanted this for yourselves, right? Yet now you want me to come back to you guys so that your wife won't have to die? Quit it with that BS, Luca. Seriously, neither of you seem to understand the kind of position you both put yourselves in.
We were wrong for doing that, okay, Jackie? We should have never said that we were fine with all of you cutting ties to us. So could you please help us? Help your sister!
Never going to happen. You guys decided to make a choice that only revolved around the both of you. So now you guys get to deal with that problem by yourselves. I don't want to hear any more from you about this or anything else now. So goodbye.
Are you all right? Did you go and get examined? I'm sorry that I wasn't able to go with you, Jackie.
I went and had the examination done, and there doesn't seem to be any problems with me. I was told that I'll be completely fine, so you don't have to worry about me. Now, as for you, Miles, you need to get back to it and finish up all of your work. If you don't, it's going to start having a major impact on our lives, right?
I get that, Jackie. I plan to continue working my hardest from here on out, okay? But for a long time now, you've always had to go through so many hardships that nobody should ever have to deal with. I was just hoping that this time I could be a bit closer to you so that you'd have someone to take some of that burden off of your back.
Aw, you really are one of the nicest men I've ever met. Why was I never able to run into such a gentleman like you the first time and had to end up wasting part of my life away with someone else? The whole time I was with that asshole, my time and health slipped away from me. I wish I could have been with you from the start of all that.
And I wish I could have grown up a lot sooner and have been there to woo you into my arms from the start. I had always been in love with you, Jackie. I guess I wasn't ready for you to love me yet. But had I been, I could have saved you from your very troubled past with that man and your older sister.
I hope you're not blaming yourself for any of that, all right? I blame myself for never seeing you as anything more than a friend and never noticing that you wanted to be my boyfriend all that time. Sure, we may be late to the party now with one another, but the fact that every event lined up to get us where we are now, I'd say we're very lucky.
Yeah, I believe and think the same thing. By the way, ever since all of that crap yesterday from your ex, you haven't received any more messages from him or your sister. Maybe he finally learned to give up on you and go somewhere else with his problems? Well, considering he was so stupid to come to you with a request like that in the first place, I'm sure he hasn't stopped yet and still thinks that you'll be willing to help.
Don't worry about it, actually, Miles. Since then, I haven't heard anything else from him or May. Of course, you're right about him being stupid to the point that he probably didn't realize I meant no when I said it. And in his world, he's the only person besides maybe his wife that actually matters. But I'm sure he's realized what I was trying to tell him, right? If he really was so self-centered that even yesterday's conversation didn't do it, then I'm not sure he would have even been able to get with my dumbass sister.
That's a good point. Well, if you hear anything else from either one of them, tell me right away, please. And if things seem like they'll become a major problem for you again, I'll act fast and make sure to stop them. I won't even tell my work about what I'll do.
You really love to worry yourself a lot about others' problems, huh? I'll be fine though, Miles. I'm serious. Anyway, make sure that you get home from work safely later today, please. So you were lying in wait for me, weren't you, Luca? Then out of nowhere, you went and tried to attack me. How much more ridiculous can you actually get acting like that? Because of that, you got yourself sent running with your tail tucked between your legs. Sucks to be you now, doesn't it?
Who was that man you were with? Did you hire some kind of a bodyguard to protect you from people like me or something?
You just so happened to try and attack me at the wrong time was all. My husband had the day off work today, and so we had plans to meet with one another for a little bit and have a relaxing date. And on my way out to meet with him, I ran into you and you began to attack me like you had the intent of killing me. Luckily, my husband was just around the corner and heard me, and that's when he came out and kicked your ass. By the way, my husband happens to be a black belt in karate, so that helped a bunch.
Wait, you got married again, Jackie?
I sure did. And if you're wondering who he is, he's my childhood friend that I've kept around ever since him and I first met. He told me after I divorced you that he'd always loved me, and that's why we ended up getting married. He actually came back from a business trip right after the divorce, and we had this very emotional reunion with one another that I still cannot forget. We first started to date for a bit, but only after a few months we were tying the knot. And if you thought all of that was surprising to hear, know that right now I am pregnant with our first child.
Are you kidding me right now? Why did you get to end up being so happy with a man like him after me?
I'm a very lucky girl, I guess. Unlike you, he's not some lazy guy that lays around the house all day after work doing nothing but watching TV and eating chips. No, he cares about me a lot and makes sure that we are both working hard for one another all the time. And you know why he's like that to me? Because he had to watch as my older sister would bully me all the time ever since we first met. So when I told him one day that my sister had stolen you from me and you went along with her, he was pissed. Honestly, I think May taking you from me was the best thing that could have ever happened.
Why? Why do you get to be the one that's happy now while I'm stuck with your sister going through hell?
Why did you try attacking me today with such a scary face? Were you trying to threaten me into giving you my kidney or something?
I thought that you might come through for us if I threatened you a bit. You have always been the real stubborn type, so I thought that by freaking you out like that, you'd understand how dire things have been for her and me and would help. And well, if I didn't try and use some physical force, you would most definitely never help us.
So your wife dying has got you thinking like a thug now? I know that you had to go to the hospital after that greeting from my husband, especially after seeing the way you broke your nose. But just know that I've told the police about what you tried to do as well. Hopefully they'll take you and throw you behind bars here soon for trying to assault me. And maybe there you'll finally have some time to cool off and come back to reality again.
Huh? You'd better be joking about something like that. I'm the one who's desperately trying to save my wife's life here. Stop acting like you were the victim of a crime just because you got a little bit scared then.
Enough already, Luca. You and the rest of the people like you who go out and act like they can do anything they want to anyone have been playing the victim card for long enough. I'm the real victim in all of this, having to go day by day thinking about how my sister went and stole my husband from me. And then having to go through a divorce with him only to have him showing back up in my life years later because he needs me. And just today, I was attacked by you trying to threaten me into giving up my kidney. All you are is scum, Luca. Total trash.
Don't say that about me. None of us, your sister, you, or myself, thought things would come to this.
Sure, okay. Had it not, you both would be out there right now living a happy life together, never understanding what pain you caused to me and others. You would get to be with one another, most likely having kids, without ever having to regret the horrible choices you made. So now what? You think I'm going to feel bad for you both and will come forward to give up one of my kidneys? You both are even worse than you were back in the day when you would just wreck marriages.
Please listen to me. Your sister and I didn't ever mean to hurt anyone.
What about all the things you did wasn't meant to hurt anyone, Luca? You must be a psychopath for thinking you could just go out with your wife's sister behind her back without ever hurting her. Well, none of it matters now anyway, right? I can't even donate a kidney right now, even if I wanted to, because I'm carrying a baby.
Well, what about after you have your baby?
Do you have any idea how hard giving birth to a child is on the female body? It takes a lot of strength and energy to get through, and you're just expecting me to give up a kidney right after that? All for some woman who treated me like garbage and stabbed me in the back? Enough with these damn jokes, Luca.
But that's the only option we have left.
Well, that's your problem, not mine. I'm about to have my precious first child with my husband. What happens in the future if my child needs a kidney from me? I'm keeping all my organs in case that day ever comes because they are 100 times more important to me than your wife. If I were to give up one kidney now for a woman I don't give a damn about, then what would happen to my child in the future?
I'm sorry, Jackie. I apologize for everything I did to you before.
If apologies like that could fix everything, then there would be no need for things like police and the justice system in this world. If you're really sorry about what you and May have done to me, then you reflect on all of that in jail. I don't care if May ends up dying because I don't help her. She has nothing to do with me. Honestly, I hope she does end up going to hell soon, along with you, because the both of you deserve to spend the rest of your lives rotting together there. After I finished talking with Luca, I went ahead and called the police with my husband and told them about what had happened to me. We told them how Luca was waiting for me to come down that road and attempted to attack me in order to get me, a pregnant woman, to give up a kidney of mine. We made sure to explain that my husband did have to defend me by attacking Luca, but luckily there were some bystanders that also saw what had happened who would be able to cover for us there. We then told the police that we wouldn't be holding any charges against Luca when they went to get him, but that we would like for him to go to jail or even prison for what he tried. The police then went and sent some officers to the local hospital, where they found Luca getting his nose reset and arrested him right then and there after the doctor was finished with him. He was taken into the police station for questioning and would have to spend time there while a case was being put together regarding his attempted assault. My husband and I were both worried about whether Luca would come after us again after getting out of there, and so we gathered our things and moved away from that area, along with blocking both Luca's and my sister's contacts. Luckily, my husband was able to explain the whole situation to his boss about what had happened, and was allowed to start working remotely as long as he went to the office once a month for a team meeting that takes place. So the following day, we had all our things packed up and were on our way out of town to a new house that we had already seen online not too long ago. Since that day, my husband and I have not had any more run-ins with either of those two, and have been getting back to living life the normal way. I have no real clue what happened with Luca after he was arrested and questioned, nor do I have any idea what happened with my sister and her illness, and honestly, I don't care to learn either. My parents and the rest of my family are also unaware of what else happened, and my mom said that May will most likely have to stay in the hospital for a long time until she's able to find a donor. I'm just happy to have my family around me, including my baby son, who I just gave birth to, and now have this renewed sense of gratitude towards those that have always been there to take care of me.
What are we going to do about dinner tonight? You better be making it this time. Last time you were on a business trip, and you never were home to do any of the chores. Do you think it's a good time for you to stop trying to piss me off all the time?
Do you think you can stop talking to me like that? You've always been talking to me like that, and it's already made me more than unhappy with you.
Why should I? It's my right as the man of this house to be able to boss you around however I'd like.
Sure, but I'm telling you that I hate it, so would you stop? And also, when I'm around the house, I'll do my best to get any chores done for us. But recently, I've been very busy with work and haven't had much time to be home to take care of things. So I want you to show a little understanding with that.
Understanding? What are you talking about, Anna? Why would you want that from me when it's your fault that your work is busy?
What do you mean by that?
Your work and me have nothing to do with one another, right? You're my wife! And so, the only relation anything has with me is you doing your job here, in the house. But if you can't do that, would you rather us get divorced? You know dang well that if you were divorced by me, you'd be screwed!
You said the same thing yesterday, that you were filling out the paperwork, right? Were you being serious? Do you think it's okay to think of that even when you're not as upset with me?
I just want to let you know that I can have you thrown out of here whenever I please. And if it does happen, I want it to be quick for us. After all, a woman like you is barely of any use to me. So, if you continue to not get the housework done for me, then throwing you on the streets should be enough to teach you a lesson.
Even though I have a job of my own that pays about the same pay as you? And I'm working it just as much as you do. I've been getting most of the housework done, right? What I'm trying to say is that you don't even bother to do anything to help at the house like I do. Yet, even with you giving nothing to our relationship, you sit there whining and complaining about all the hard work I've done.
You call it complaining, but to me, it's trying to get you to do your job. After all, it's well known that all the housework needs to be done by the wife. So could you stop trying to blame me for doing what's right? But if you can't seem to get a handle on things, I'll just have to throw you away before you make me too embarrassed. Well, life would be a lot better without you around, you pain-in-the-butt wife.
Well, if you're gonna go as far as that, then maybe we are finished. I understand what you want now, so I'm quitting my job as your wife.
Oh, you're really going to quit now? Well, maybe if you stop talking back to me like this all the time, you'd have time to think about why I'm right. Do your job from now on. You have to make sure you do as your husband says. I mean, that's the only reason I married you in the first place, Anna.
Well, you make a good point. I'm at the point now where I can't even think of anything besides my understanding of you, Bryce. So, that's what we'll do then?
Go ahead! This better mean you listen to everything now, right?
No, that's not what I was talking about, but I'm saying that I'll do as you've asked so that I can make you happy. And so, that's what I'm gonna do.
Alrighty, just get home right now. If you have enough time to talk to me like this, then you must be finished with your work over there. So hurry home now. I need my dinner.
When I'm finished with my work, I'll come home. That's what everyone does, right? I'll see you later.
I'm not going to ask this again. Will you please stop screwing around?
Huh? What do you want about?
How long are you going to be overseas for work? Do you really think I'm fine with you being away from home this long? Hurry up and get home now! I can't deal with your crap any longer, woman!
Who are you calling woman like that? I want to know why the heck you're talking to me like that and what for. Do you not have any idea what you're asking for by talking to me with that attitude? What do you want?
I'm telling you to stop your trip overseas and come back! You think you can just get away with not cooking for me because you have a business trip to go on? It's almost been 2 weeks of you now dodging me! Are you fine with me divorcing you?
What? Why are you saying all that now? Are you trying to threaten me again?
I'm not just threatening you. I'm being very serious about leaving you. This is me demanding that you come home now! Are you going to ignore your husband's demand?
Wait, what the hell do you think you're doing?
I'm trying to make it clear to you that if you don't come back to me and make my dinner, I'm going to throw you onto the streets. You can't just run away for a few weeks and leave your husband at home with nothing to eat, can you? I don't ever remember saying that was okay for you to do. If it was going to be this long, I would have explained all of this to you before you left. Come back to the States, right now! You're getting the choice of either a divorce or leaving your job. Choose, now!
Do you not see how crazy a situation you've created for yourself? I have no reason to be listening to you. But you think I'll come back for you? You're a frickin' idiot, man.
What did you just say to me? You think it's okay to start calling me an idiot now, do ya? If I'm not around for you anymore, you won't be able to do a thing on your own. Who's been the one that's put this roof over our heads and food to eat?
And that's obviously been you, right?
Are you saying you're not thankful for all I've given?
Why would I be thankful for you? You seem to be at the point now that you've become so insane that you don't even know what you're saying anymore. Why would I need to be thankful to you, Bryce?
Do you think it's okay to make me this pissed off right now? I won't forgive you for this one. I am your husband, and you've just gone and pushed me to my limits.
My husband? You are very wrong about that.
Huh? You're that much of a piece of garbage that you can't even call me your husband anymore? If you take one more step further, I don't think I'll be able to hold myself back anymore. I'm going to divorce you.
Huh?
You think a wife that leaves her husband to go overseas and is never around to do her chores can just talk to me like that? If you don't get on a plane right now and come home to make me dinner, I'm divorcing you!
But we divorced last month, right?
Huh?
What the hell have you been saying this whole time? I told you last month that we had gotten divorced. We've been divorced for weeks now, so why are you coming at me saying that you're still my husband and have demands for me?
What are you saying? We're divorced? Don't talk to me about such nonsense! Since when did we ever get a divorce, Anna? I'm tired of you always getting this confused.
What am I confused about exactly? I already handed in our divorce paperwork a while back, and so I assumed we've been divorced since then. And I made sure to tell you all that last month when it happened.
You were being serious about all of that?
Why would I have ever been joking back then about that? There wouldn't have been anything in it for me if I'd done so.
Huh? Then we're divorced? Huh? What's going on? When? How did you end up doing that without me ever noticing?
You said you'd filled out all the paperwork yourself, right?
So then you used that?
Of course I did. You had flaunted the fact that you'd filled out all your parts and everything, and so I took it and handed it in last month. So why are you talking to me about this now? We haven't been together now for a month, so why are you coming back to me now?
I never knew that you and I had gotten divorced. I just thought that you had left the house to go on a business trip.
Well, I'm not on a business trip right now.
Huh? What do you mean you're not on a business trip?
Well, I assumed that since you and I are nothing now and that you're just a stranger to me, I had no reason to tell you where I was going. I'm not on some business trip. Rather, I went and changed my career and I'm now working for a company outside the US. So I'm not going to be coming back there to be home anytime soon.
Huh? You're living overseas now then? Since when did you think you could just do all of that without letting me know at least? Why didn't you at least say that before you left? You know that I would have never let you go without my permission!
I'll tell you one last time. We are divorced now, you and I. So why would it make it necessary to have to come check in with you before making my own choices? We have never been that close to each other, especially now.
You say that like we were never even married. You were my wife, right?
But when I handed in that divorce paperwork, we went right back to being strangers. You were the one that kept asking for it, so I went and played along. Why would you think that I'd never hand the papers in?
You're asking me why? Because I never assumed you'd hand them in.
Come on. Did you really let yourself believe that without you I'd never be able to make it on my own? Well, if you still believe that, take a good look at me now. Whose house do you think you're living in right now?
Huh? What do you mean?
Wait, have you already left the place then? You knew that the house we were in was the house I took a loan out on to afford, so it was under my name.
What does that even mean? Huh? Is that right?
So you never even realized that either. Funny, since you had always made it seem like you put that roof over our heads. I at least hope you could have done some chores or something without me. The person that's been able to live with the help of others has been you, not me. So I'm wondering, why are you in someone else's house?
What do you mean by someone else's house? This is our house, right?
You're still wrong. You've been living in someone else's house ever since you and I got divorced. I didn't really care since I had moved away, but I plan to have that place sold very soon.
Huh? You're selling it?
I told you that after the divorce, right? That you needed to leave?
I just thought that everything you said to me back then was you trying to continue our fight or something.
Well, at this point, I don't have any plans to fight anymore. I had already told my realtor that the house would be going up for sale, and that's why I just thought I'd mention it to you. Anyway, before I called the police on you for trespassing, get out of that house. You had planned to have me tossed on the streets after a divorce, but how does it feel now to be told to leave my house?
I can't believe this. Are you really okay with what's all happening right now? I can't believe you've been planning on throwing me out.
Even if you can't believe it, they're all just the facts, so hurry yourself up and get a move on. I plan to come back for a little bit to help with the selling of the house, and I don't want you around while I'm there. And actually, why are you still there?
Huh? You're selling it? Why, Anna? This place was also my house. Even if you tell me to leave this place now, I can't just do it in a day.
Come on now. You've been the one planning this for a while now, right? Whenever I did something you didn't like, you used divorce as a way of threatening me. And even after telling you over and over again to stop, you keep coming at me with that horrible attitude of yours. You never even learned to change the way you acted out towards me, and so this is the price you get to pay. I'm so happy you decided to fill out a lot of that divorce paperwork because it made my decision a whole lot easier.
You're kidding, right? Does this mean you've always wanted to divorce me? Why, though? You'll never be able to find as good of a husband as me!
What? A good husband? What part of you is good?
What the?
If you're referring to all the plates you'd leave behind after eating and the rare occasions that you'd come around and make a meal for us, I think you're very wrong for making that seem like you were a good husband.
Huh? I was?
On top of that, your hateful attitude towards me that you'd have every day and the fact that you always tried to look down on me really showed me how terrible of a husband you were. Do you understand what I mean? It was impossible for me to be around you, especially when you got all worked up. But we're divorced now, so I don't really care if you understand me or not. So, why have you still not left the house after getting divorced?
You're asking me why?
So you really did not think we were divorced.
Anna, this isn't good. Can you please stop trying to mess with me? I didn't know anything about you selfishly handing in those documents without me. And asking me to leave all of a sudden is not going to sit well with me.
Huh? Do you not see who's messing around right now still?
Huh?
This is all what you deserve after treating your kind wife so horrible after she told you to lay off of her so many times. If you'd wanted to have someone around the house to do the chores all the time, you should have hired a maid or something like that. Well, if you're not even able to pay for the house you're sitting in right now, you probably never had the money to hire your own maid.
I don't want to leave. We're family, and we should be living together. Moving overseas without ever telling me, that's not the right thing to do right now. Can you please come back? If I don't have you with me, I'll be the one getting screwed.
You've changed so much from the man you were before that I can't help myself from laughing. Well, I'm so sorry, but I'm doing great without you. Actually, this is the best I've ever felt in such a long time, so I want you to stay away. Now hurry up and leave my house. You should be able to clean up by yourself by now. You're 36 years old, for God's sake.
My age has nothing to do with that. Please don't throw me away already. If I don't have you anymore, I'm going to have nowhere to live. I won't be able to survive. Don't throw me away.
Who was the one that made a fuss about me not being able to cook for you every day and that you'd throw me away for it?
Did I really say that?
If you can't seem to remember that, then go back 1 month in the text history and you'll be able to read everything. I'm getting tired of having to sit here and baby you right now. Well, I have a new life to make for myself over here now. Go on and enjoy your new life as a moneyless and worthless man already. In the end, Anna moved on and ignored anything else Bryce said to her. And after, it seems that Bryce was finally kicked out of her house. He had lost his house now and had no family to move in with. But since this is the life he asked for, there's no chance of anyone being around to help him back up. His mental health began to take a decline, and soon he couldn't make it into work as much, and so he soon lost his job as well. On the other hand, Anna's doing great with her new career, and she was finally able to make her dream come true of working and living in another country. And deep down, she's very happy for divorcing Bryce and making good use of herself. I guess the way he treated her really did seem to help her out after all.
Hey, Leah, I don't know where you are, but Zoe is coming over in like an hour.
Really? That's a surprise because she only visits on holidays. Did something happen?
Nope, she is actually going to be living with us from today.
What? Wait, doesn't she live with her husband?
She got divorced and has nowhere to go.
This is too sudden. But you are really nice to let her live at our house. This is until she finds a new place, right?
Of course not, she'll be living with us permanently. I invited my parents over to live with us as well because it'll be easier for them and we can help each other when something happens.
Your parents visit us every weekend. Do they need to live with us?
Yeah, because they live about 2 hours away and Zoe needs them, especially now.
It's a good thing you love your family, but why didn't you ask me beforehand? There are things you need to think about.
I thought that you were okay with it, plus what things?
Like space? There isn't enough space for all of us, plus I work from home and I don't want people making noises while I have meetings because I won't be able to focus. Also, money? We can't financially support everyone.
Yeah, and why don't you just find somewhere else to go, like the library or your friend's house for your job? About the money, how about just finding another job? Don't you know that my little sister is heartbroken now and needs our support?
I can't go somewhere else because my company has strict security to prevent info leakage. Are you serious about the job? I work full-time, unlike you, who only works 2 times per week. So why don't you find another job?
Yeah, I work 2 times per week, but longer hours than you, so that's enough for me.
There are people who work full-time like me who work 8 hours 5 times per week.
Don't you just sit there and do stuff on the computer, though? I use physical strength, so I gotta take a rest a few days.
Yeah, but I get tired mentally, but I just shake it off and work. Working's not easy, you know? You're just slacking off and think it's okay because you can rely on me whenever you're in trouble.
Hey, I'm not slacking off. I work hard, but I sometimes need help. Why don't you experience my job once, then you'll know.
You have to be responsible for your own life sometimes, you know? If you say that, why don't you experience mine also?
It's just copying and pasting and typing, so it should be easy peasy.
We're not going anywhere with this, so let's put this conversation aside and focus on your family living with us.
You brought this up. Look, if you want to complain about my family and my job, then why don't you just leave?
What, me? You're kicking your own wife out?
Exactly, my family comes first.
I'm part of this family too.
No, you're not. Seems like you don't want my family to live here, so I really don't care about you anymore. Why don't you just find a new place to stay?
I never said I don't want them here. I just told you let's talk about this once. Find a new place to stay? That's too sudden.
If you can't find anywhere, then how about that doghouse in the backyard? It was Oreo's, but he passed away 5 years ago and I left it there. You'll probably fit because he was a large breed.
Are you being serious right now?
Yep. Hey, living in a doghouse doesn't sound that bad.
You're pissing me off, so I'll go talk to Zoe about this. Hey, Zoe, I heard you're moving back here. Is everything okay? Didn't you hear anything from Hike? Of course not. Yes, I'm going to live there from today, so did you pack your bags? You're gonna leave, right? What? You want me to leave also? Yeah, because I only want to live with my family, so it's gonna be a problem if you're there. I told Hayek about this, and he said that he would look into doing something about it. He happened to talk to me about that something a few minutes ago. Oh, really? Well, now you know. Can you hurry up and leave? I need about 2 to 3 days to pack my things because I work every day, plus it's too sudden. Do you even have things to pack? I remember you being a minimalist. I can help you if you want. That way you can leave earlier. No, that's fine. I don't like people touching my stuff. Can I tell you one thing that I want you to do? Things have changed at your parents' house, so you should talk to them instead of your brother because he's an idiot and probably won't understand how serious it is. After you hear everything, you probably can't kick me out. What things? Are you saying this because you want to stay there? No, it's just that you should know the truth. What truth? I bet it's an excuse for staying at that house. It's my house, so please leave. You're saying the exact same thing as Hayek. Let me guess. Are you gonna tell me to go live in the doghouse too? No, but that's such a good idea. Hayek is a genius. You will be living here, but outside, so I don't need to see you. So you agree with him. I thought you were a kind person, but boy, was I wrong. I don't care about your opinion and don't want to argue right now. My husband pissed me off and I'm heartbroken now. I just want to spend time with my family. Okay, whatever. But I think you'll face problems later on, though. What problems? You'll see.
Did you pack your bags? Hurry, cause Zoe's having problems with you staying at our house. Leave the house as soon as you come home.
Can't believe you had the nerve to move all of my stuff into the hallway and gave her my room.
I thought that moving your stuff was gonna be easier for you.
I hate it when somebody touches my stuff. I've been telling you that since we dated. I also wasted my time arguing with you and driving to my company when I had time to do work instead. About the room situation, you could have just said something like, hey, this used to be her room and she feels comfortable, so can she have your room?
So? That's not my problem. I don't need to ask you that because you won't live here anymore. Hey, there's some things in the room that are perfect for Zoe right now. A good speaker so she can listen to her favorite songs, a small meditation room, ooh, and a few aroma candles.
Yeah, something that I bought. She can have those if she pays for it.
She's heartbroken now, so aren't you nice enough to give it to her?
I would have let her if she wasn't a bitch to me.
She's not a bitch, she's just stressed out. Why don't you buy the same thing then?
You seriously have no common sense. Don't you usually ask the person who bought it first to see if it's okay to give away their stuff?
It's my house, so whatever's in this house is mine, and I have the right to decide, okay? Understood?
Wow, what happened to you? You were so nice at the beginning, but you turned into a scumbag. Fine, she can have those since I'm a nice person. I'll leave this house when I get home, but I'll ask you one more time. Are you sure that you want me to leave?
I never changed, you just think that. Thank you, yes, I want you to leave. I cleaned out the doghouse for you if you want somewhere to go.
I do have somewhere to go, so you didn't need to do that. I'll head home to get my stuff in a little bit and go to the clerk's office to file the divorce papers because kicking me out means that you want to get a divorce, right?
When did I fill one out?
A few months ago. You don't remember? You said, let's fill one out just in case if something happens.
Oh, did I? I don't remember that, but I was fed up with you anyway, so please go ahead. Thank you for doing it for me.
No problem. Are you 100% sure about this? You guys are gonna face problems.
I just told you that it's fine. I also know that this is a threat, so I have no problem with you leaving.
Okay then. If something happens, I won't help you, okay?
Yeah, hurry up and come home. Where the hell are you? Pick up the phone! Why are you ignoring me?
I don't want anything to do with you. There's no need to talk.
Who cares about that? Can you explain why we're getting evicted? Pick up the phone or come here and talk about this.
I don't want to listen to your voice or see you, so I'll explain it here. I sold the house. That's it.
What do you mean you sold the house?
Well, your parents asked me to be the owner of the house, and I've been paying the mortgage this whole time, so I can do whatever I want, because it's my house, right?
Wait, you're joking. Why did they ask you?
I'm not joking. They got hooked on gambling and got into debt, and since they still haven't paid it off yet, they asked me if I could help them pay for the mortgage. They didn't tell you because they were embarrassed. Also, you probably didn't know this, but they are borrowing money from me. If you don't believe me, why don't you ask them? Sorry, but I have to laugh because I can just picture what your face looks like right now.
Why didn't you tell me if you knew about this? How much are they borrowing from you?
About 20 grand. I didn't tell you because you never believed what I said, so I thought it was a waste.
This is something important, though.
Yeah, even if I told you, you probably will say it's just an excuse to stay at that house. I mean, all I did was sold something that I didn't need anymore. You've done the same things before online, right? Selling something to earn some money. It's the same idea.
It's not the same thing. How dare you sell the house without asking me?
And now you understand how it feels like to know things in such short notice? That's exactly how I felt when you invited Zoe and your parents to live in the house. If you still want to live there, the only option is to buy the house.
Buy the house? This was my parents' house to begin with and should have been mine if you hadn't done something.
Excuse me, but whose fault is this? Even if you became the owner of the house, you probably couldn't pay the mortgage, so I did you a favor.
That's not true. I would have found another job or, I don't know, a full-time job.
I doubt that. You said that 2 times per week is enough for you, so I know that you would have had to ask someone for help. That doesn't matter to me anymore, though.
Wait, do my parents need to leave the house also?
Of course. Is there a reason for them to stay?
They're old! Are you seriously making them go through this?
Yes. Why don't you take care of them then? You're their son.
Yeah, I am, but...
Oh, right. You don't have money, so that's not possible. Let me talk to your parents then.
Why?
What do you mean, why? That doesn't matter to you.
Why am I getting kicked out? I thought you sold the house!
I canceled it because your parents begged me not to sell it. Plus, they still need to pay me back, so they made a deal with me. Find a job and pay me and the money they borrowed from me little by little and kick you out.
What? I'm so confused right now.
What's confusing? I canceled selling the house and your parents are staying, but not you.
Are you being serious right now? No, wait, how about Zoe?
Yes, I just talked to her and she said that she still wants to stay at the house. I know you're panicking right now, but it's funny how the family you care about don't really seem to care about you.
This is not possible. My family will never betray me. Where am I supposed to go then?
They just did. You're a grown adult, so why didn't you think about it?
Are you happy to make my life even more miserable? I already am getting the cold shoulder from my coworkers because they know about the divorce, and my friends cut ties with me, and I literally have no money. Do you know how I feel?
It's not good, right? Now do you know how I felt when you told me to leave the house and live in the doghouse? I'm done with you, so good luck with everything, and you better leave the house right now.
It's not a good feeling, okay? I'm so sorry, Leah. Wait, why don't we just get back together, huh? I still love you.
It's too late now. Plus, you never said I love you to me for 3 years, so I know that it means let me stay at the house because I have nowhere to go.
That's not true. If I didn't love you, I would have divorced you a long time ago.
But you didn't because you were using me for money, right? You don't need to lie to me because you said you were fed up with me. I think that's why you were saying jokes to hurt and piss me off recently because you didn't need me anymore.
Hey, did you think that I was serious about living in the doghouse? I was really joking about that, and I'm sorry if I hurt you, okay? Let's all live together like before. I'll go to the clerk's office and cancel that divorce, okay? Sounds good, right?
Absolutely not. I don't want to live with an asshole like you. If you want to cancel the divorce, I'll call a lawyer to help me file for divorce.
Excuse me? I don't remember being one. What? Lawyer?
You were this whole time. I'm getting pissed off just thinking about what you did to me, so I'll divorce you no matter what. You probably can't pay for the lawyer, so why don't you give up?
Don't say that. Please help me. I don't have anywhere to live, and I'm so sorry for everything.
Sorry, but I really don't care at this point. If you can't find anywhere, how about the doghouse in the backyard?
Are you being serious right now?
Living in a doghouse doesn't sound that bad. You'll probably fit because Oreo was a large breed. Actually, you don't even deserve a doghouse, so why don't you live in a dumpster since you're trash? Hayek had no choice but to leave the house, and since he had nowhere to go and no money, he ended up being homeless. He quit his job because he felt awkward being there and is looking for a different job now, but is having a hard time since he only wants to work 1 to 2 times per week. He tries to reach out to me and his family, but everyone cut ties with him, so he's completely on his own. On the other hand, I'm living a stress-free life and even bought a dog and rebuilt Oreo's doghouse since it was a tad small for Hunter. I just hope that Hayek will not start living in it.
About time that CEO died. And I'm sure that a scum CEO like him must have a scummy son as well.
Stanley, your timing with all of that is terrible. Do you really think I want to sit here and listen to you talk about us like that after my father passed away? I know very well that you and my father were not very close to one another. Not even close at all, actually.
Huh? What do you mean by that? I am a banker and I did the right thing as one. And I never had the money to loan out to someone that could never run their business properly.
I understand that it's your job to be the one deciding whether or not to loan out the bank's money. But you having given him nothing for so long led to his company going in the red. And from there you only began to look down on him even further. Was there any real reason as to why you had to do that to my father when he was in such a rough situation?
Are you trying to say that I wasn't doing the right thing by not giving him any money? You can't do anything yourself and you feel you can judge me on that one? It's because of you being such a useless son that your father ended up dying due to stress.
I don't think I had anything to do with his death. I've heard all about what you've done to my father from him. I'd like it if you began to act a bit more like a grown adult and started to look past all the troubles you've caused us.
This is a pain in my butt. Especially since your father's company is falling apart. I'm sure the company's on the way out right now, yeah? I think you should do the honors and put it out of its misery. The CEO is gone now, so it's time that place was put to rest.
Can you stop saying such horrible things, please? I plan on bringing this company back up from the ashes you've let it become. And so I'm going to start working on that right now.
How are you going to do all that when you have no money? Well, if you happen to come to me asking for anything, I'd hand you nothing more than a bit of pocket lint before showing you the way out.
The money at that bank is not your own, Stanley. I'm not saying that you have to be the one to help with the company that I plan to bring back. But the money in that bank is not something you can control all the time. There are always other bankers I can talk with.
Huh? What's with that kind of talk? I am the only one in charge of the money at this bank, and so I can choose who gets my help or not. And because your family never understood that the company is on its final leg.
This company is not going to fall because of you. No matter what you have to say about us or this company, it's not going to die. Thank you for worrying about us here, but we don't need your worries. And thank you for caring about my father back when you actually cared. But after today, you'll never have the chance to help us out again. Now, good day to you.
I'm going to come to your father's funeral. You should be happy for that.
You don't have to come to it now. My father wouldn't be happy if you came anyway. And if you're worried that not coming will affect how you're viewed, then don't worry about that, because it won't. I'd rather you stayed far away from the funeral, actually.
I'm not planning on listening to what you've uttered. Now, I'll be coming to see your devastated expressions when I arrive at the funeral.
You're only going to cause more trouble, so please, stay away. I'm telling you that you don't have to bother with my family anymore. Now, goodbye.
I'm quite the nice guy, aren't I? I came here with some money to hand off to you guys as a gift, even though you were all scum. Thank you, please.
This isn't funny, Stanley. Why did you come to my father's funeral? Did you think that it was okay for you to do that when you're supposed to be seen as a leading banker?
Huh? What was it that I did wrong here?
You came into the funeral and chucked 49 cents at me, saying it was the money you wanted to give to my father. That right there is beyond normal. You get your head together and explain yourself to me. Actually, you don't even have to explain anything to me as long as you leave. I don't even want to look at you anymore.
I'm thinking the same thing. I'm happy thinking about how soon that company will fail soon. And I'll never have to worry about your scum again.
Excuse me? Are you really going to say that to me again when my father only just passed away a few days ago? I think that what you've done is far from okay now that you've made yourself out to look like a complete lunatic.
He caused all sorts of problems for me. Because he never knew how to run a company, his problems slowly became mine, and that was no good. But now that he's gone for good, I decided to celebrate that by handing you 49 cents in his name.
I'm going to make you regret what you've done today.
Try it.
I'm telling you that what you've just said to me, you'll soon come to regret. I'm not going to let what you've done to me go. You're really going to regret what pain you've caused me and my family today. I'm going to do all this in the name of my father.
What are you going on about, Richard? At this point, no matter what you try and say to me, I'm not going to budge. You and your whole family is a bunch of idiot scum. I'm looking forward to the day the company collapses. Well, good luck trying to pick up any scraps before that company crumbles into pieces.
I don't need to hear any of that from you because we have a plan set in place to bring the company back on its feet. And whether I do my best or not will not be affected by you. I'm seriously going to make you regret all of this, so you'd better get excited for that time to come.
Richard, it's been a few weeks now. I know I haven't spoken to you for a while now, but are you doing all right? Can you please forgive me for what had happened before? I've contacted you today apologizing for all of that. So if you don't mind, I'd love to have a moment of your time to talk through things. And preferably, I'd love to come to you to apologize to you properly and sincerely.
Stanley, your attitude has changed quite a lot since the last time we spoke. Did something happen to you?
I have seen that your company has come along quite a ways. And so I was wondering if I could be of any service to you and the company now.
So you're here asking me to allow you to help the company again? I'm surprised you're not embarrassed by asking me that after all you've done, you jerk.
Huh? Stanley?
My company really has been performing well now. And that is all because my father, the man you talked horribly about for so long, was able to make some last-minute saves before his death that brought a lot of income into the company. And because of that, the company is outperforming most other companies in the state, and has become a very popular topic for discussion. I'm sure you just want to help the company out now because you want to make yourself look good right now. You think that by asking such a thing, you and I will become close to one another? Have you forgotten about everything that you've done to my father and his family?
I'm so sorry about what had happened then. And as of now, I am very regretful of the way I had acted, both around your father and around you. Do you think you can find it in your heart to forgive me for that? I promise that there is a very high chance now that the money your father had requested before can be given to you now because of the company's outstanding performance. Will you allow the two of us to discuss all of that even further?
What? Are you expecting that I'll give in and allow you to talk about money now after all you've done? You never listened to what my father wanted when he was alive, so why have you changed your mind now?
I never meant for any of that to be damaging to him. At the time, it was hard for even I to be able to hand over the amount of money he had been asking for. Can you please find a way to understand what I'm saying?
Even if that was the case back then, the way you handled it was rude and unacceptable for a grown adult. We're not going to be asking for any kind of financial support from you now. And at this point, we have already spoken with other banks about financing, and are to the point now where we've finished our talks and are moving on to finalizing our deals.
What? Are you guys going to pull out the money you have in our bank still?
We are. We no longer want your bank handling any of the company's money. I was waiting for you to come and apologize to me just so that I could tell you that we are moving forward with pulling all of our money out of that bank. And thankfully, we are just about ready to do so. This is all working too perfectly.
Please, slow down for one moment. Are you sure about that?
About what?
The money that we are holding here is in fact the money that belongs to your company, yes? Moving it out of here so easily is not something that can be done overnight.
I'm aware of that, and that's why I've been working on accomplishing this feat for a while now. And when the money has all been pulled out, you'll have to be the one to take responsibility for it.
Huh? I have to?
Of course you do. The whole reason that our company is now pulling the money from your bank and moving it somewhere else is because of the way you acted towards us. I'm sure you'll even be fired for this now that there will be some damages to your bank.
Richard, do you think you can talk to me directly about all of this? I'd like to start out by apologizing for everything that had happened between us before. And I'd really like to have the chance to explain myself to you. I believe there is a massive misunderstanding between us right now.
A massive misunderstanding? Oh, I don't think so. I have not forgotten about the way you acted then. And no matter how much you've changed your attitude now towards me, what you had said and done will not be erased.
And I am very well aware of that. But I'd love to talk to you about that a bit more. I have thought a lot about what I've done, so please allow me to apologize to you. Please, I promise that I'll never act in that sort of childish way towards you and your company ever again.
It is far too late for you to apologize to me now. I told you back then, didn't I? I'm going to make you regret what you said and done. And I'm just doing what I had promised.
Please calm down, Richard. I'm very well aware that all of that was because of me, and I'm at fault for that. But I'd really like for us to continue talks again about how this bank can help your company in even more ways now. So please just give me enough of your time to talk with you about all of that in person.
No, thank you. I'm not going to work with your bank anymore, and I thought I had made that clear. I'll never forget the way you treated my father, and this is all happening now because of that.
I never meant to treat him so poorly then. Perhaps you could say that back then I had just gotten a little too far ahead of myself, and that caused me to act in a slightly rude manner towards him.
Slightly? I doubt that you were only slightly being rude to him back then.
His company continued to stay in the red that whole time, but he always came to me asking for more support. I understand that things were tough for him, but
even though you understood the rough situation he had been in, you not only acted towards him in a cold manner, but you even came all the way to his funeral and made fun of his name.
well, I didn't mean for that to be anything hurtful towards him and his family. I had to be at the funeral as I'm one of the lead bankers that worked with him.
Oh, I know that you had to be there. But if you had to be there only because you are a leading banker, then you should have acted like one until the very end. I'm never, ever going to let that go. You hear me? Everyone else that was at the funeral feels the same way I do about you. My father may have worked with your bank for the longest time now, but after seeing how you treated him and his family, everyone is very much okay with what I'm doing now. And I think that what I'm doing right now, having the company's money removed from your bank, is the perfect form of revenge.
Please, wait, Richard. I never expected your company to make such a huge comeback like it has after what your father did to it. I know now that I was getting too far ahead of myself, and I want to apologize for that. But if you pull all that money out of our bank now, it will really ruin my day.
And I have nothing to do with your day being ruined, Stanley. You didn't seem to care when my father was in a tough spot and his day was being ruined. So why should I care about your day?
Wait, please! I didn't mean that.
Also, it seems you never even looked at how the company was doing before my father passed, right?
Huh?
If you had just taken a look at the company's sales, you would have seen that it was going to make a comeback for sure. The only reason for my father needing some money from you at the time was because of a mistake one of the managers in the company had made when writing an order. And so because of that, the company did not have the right amount of money to cover the costs. But had you just handed over a little money to help pay for the costs at the time, then you would have seen that the company being in the red was only due to one late payment. So the only reason you thought the company was in the red for so long is because of that one mistake. But it was only on one occasion and wasn't even that big of a deal at the time. If you were really the amazing banker you feel that you are, you would have noticed that and understood that by handing the money to my father that one time, the status of being in the red would have gone away immediately after he made the payment.
Well, that's...
Did you ever take a look at the company's finances when he came to you? And on top of that, did you even offer to lend him anything?
I'm sorry, but I did not. I had assumed that him coming back to meet me again for money meant that his company was in the red for good. And so I never thought to look at the finances of his company. I'm so very sorry for that. But now I'm very much aware of how well your company is doing. Please allow my bank to continue working with your company.
I've already spoken to your bank's owner.
Huh?
I'll be going over there later to speak with them in person, but I will not be talking to you. I'll be letting them know about how it was your attitude that led to this choice.
Stop that, please. If you tell them about that, then I'll be made responsible for everything. Richard, please stop trying to make all of this my problem.
I'm not trying to make it your problem, as it's always been your problem, Stanley. And because of the way you acted after my father died, I'd hoped that you would have thought about your actions and made up for them sooner. But I can see that even after a few weeks have passed, you still don't see what you've done as your problem.
I'm sorry about that. I'm trying to apologize to you now, so please forgive me. I'll come to you and get on my hands and knees.
I don't need to see you doing that now. I know that you're a pile of garbage now, and will never change unless something severe happens to you. You really screwed up by not doing your job and labeling my father as scum for making one small mistake. I'm going to make sure you get a full whiff of this revenge that I've brewed up for you. Goodbye. After that, Stanley the banker was forced to take responsibility for his actions and was fired because of them. He was also made to pay the bank for the huge loss they just took when Richard pulled his company's money out, and is now stuck with some major debt. Really, the bank would have never minded Stanley for turning Richard's father away when he came asking for some help, but him going the extra mile and throwing 49 cents at Richard during his father's funeral is where things changed. If only Stanley had been a bit more mature about the way he acted, he would never have been in such trouble. But just as Richard had said, the only way that Stanley is going to learn and change for the better is after something severe happens to him, like losing his job.